Uh, it's wonderful, not wonderful, it's just nice talking to you again. This may be my first video. I haven't decided whether I should put other videos. I have tried attempting a few more, but this is like my initial few attempts just to see how it works. Uh, so, today I want to talk about how what happens when INTJ gets angry. And firstly, does he even get angry? But if that does happen, what actually to the extent to which it can go? What most people don't understand is that when an INTJ, generally he has his own frustrations on a day-to-day basis. Basically, why people are just plain stupid in doing even normal, small, effective things. They can't even go through their own daily life without seeing how to do even small, simple things. As long as it is not affecting me, I don't mind. But when it does affect things that I want to do and when it comes into my way, it does get frustrating. But I do handle it by either telling them or making them understand if I have to work with them. If I don't, I just simply ignore. So these are just normal frustrations here and there, up and down. But when I look back into how my life has been from my childhood, I have been literally more focused on what it is that what I want to do and how I want to do and how I can get it. Mostly, uh, as long as it is not hindered, I don't think it mattered much to me in any way. Uh, so being angry, no, I don't see that I have been angry. Maybe from maybe the past uh, from the time that I have been growing up as a teenager and a kid in my job and my family, about 30 plus years, me getting angry is very rare. Like, it's it's like people when I used to get into such situations where people are excited or they're angry about some things, which generally people do get here and there. I have always been very, very cool in the sense I have been in situations where everybody around me, including my friends, my family, and uh, any other relatives that I know, were so angry about something and they do not know what to do at that particular point of time and they're frustrated and you can literally feel the vibes coming off them. But I simply walked through it with very cool temperament. It was like I just sat down and looked for that situation through which how you can come out in a very cool and collected way, and I came out of it. But now, when you do speak, when there are instances, maybe I can remember one or two instances where I was really, really angry, and this is something which even scares me. All the skills of an INTJ, you call it planning, precision, effectiveness, and the ability to go through what you have planned, everything comes into play. And it might sound like a psychopath or sociopath, but it is not true because the difference is this is coming out of a certain emotion, and because it is an FI, it's an internal emotion, it takes a certain period of time for it to come out. But when it does come out, it is so very intense and it is supported by all the skills that an INTJ possesses. So I will just say this for a better understanding one particular situation where I had a friend of mine where I physically got into a fight, and he kind of with no reason kind of hit me and it injured me a little, and I did not bother about it because he was not even in my way of going through. I was literally really physically injured, but I really did not bother about it. And I gave that person multiple chances. The first time when he did something, I left him. The second time he physically harmed me, I left him. Again, he tried to create certain issues by spreading rumors about me. I left it. The third time, the fourth time, and the fifth time. And now it was slowly, the social situations were starting to affect what it is that I want to achieve. And he had crossed all the limits which I have set. And that was the ending straw. Being an INTJ, I have learned that, you see, there's just some little thing which I learned while I got into the fight and when I observed other people fighting, which is a very sharp thing. See, if you want, you can physically harm me, my bones will come back and recuperate and I'll become alright. But if I say a very perfectly arranged sentence and words in such a way which intends to harm you, you will not forget it till the end of your life. So I already know that tongue is no sharper than a sword. And of course, this was the time where I did not spare him. So it was when I was a little kid, maybe when I was in the 7th grade. So when I was the last straw, he insulted me publicly. And I had left him for maybe 4 to 5 times. And I let him get away with every possible thing. And this was the last straw. By this time, I know each and everything about this person. I have data about his routine, what he feels, where he goes, what are his likes, what are dislikes, what are his faults, what are his dark secrets, which people do not know about him. So this is even a very scary thing to me also. Why? Because the same intention and force which can help me grow and become something more and better, everything comes into play, and now this person is going to get destroyed. So this time when he insulted me in front of the whole class, I was cool and quiet, no show of any emotion. And then I started speaking about him. Every word by word and every sentence was like a slicing sword, which sliced through everything that he never thought is ever possible to be said by a person. By this time, he was so sure, because I had left him for so many times, that I cannot do anything to him. But this particular incident, he just broke down, because it's not something that I wanted to be cruel about. I just understand that being an INTJ, we love the truth and honesty, and most people do not want to face their demons because they just do not want to be honest with them. But in this particular situation, I completely revealed him what he is and how he has acted. See, this is where everything comes into play. His patterns of action and what he does, and how people perceive him, and how he perceives about himself, and how he's going to perceive from now onwards, and what all he's going to do, and where this path is going to lead him. And mind you, this is in front of the whole class. Being an introvert, I generally do not tend to like to have public display of something, but this was the last straw. And if you see that this time this person just couldn't stand it, and I would have left him at that and let him gloat and get covered in his own mess which he has created by his own choices. And there's another thing that I've seen in INTJ, that they're very self-aware. They know what it is and how to do things, but they generally keep quiet. And I left it. I completely left it. I forgot about it because I have better things to do. Now this was a time where he took some time and thought he should harm my friend in some way. Being an INTJ, it takes me some time to form relationships with other people, and my friends, we have very close relationship, and it's very intimate, but they're very few. I don't pick up friends randomly like how my other friends used to. So this person thought it would be good to pick on this person and destroy him in some way. So he started plotting a way to completely, I think maybe he was also an NT type or IF or something, feeling type. Surely he was extroverted. So they started slowly, he had a gang of people who started bullying him. And that was it. I already have all the data which is required. I know where his parents are. I know what he can do. I know the siblings that he have. I know his closest friend. I know his routine. I know what he eats. I know where he sleeps. I know what he will think about, what his pattern of thought is. I did not say anything. And this is something that I'm actually scared of, because the same potential which I see is being used for good is now going to be used for a bad thing. But mind you, this person has been given enough chances, enough warning, and enough things to prove himself and to become better. Because I don't care, I just want him to become better. I want him to at least even not become better, just get out of my way. It took me a certain period of time, but slowly all his friends left him. All his work and projects started failing. His parents started distrusting him. And slowly over a period of time, he did not realize what is happening to him. But I was sitting at the corner of the class and just seeing how slowly I have moved in to play and destroy this person completely. Think about being an INTJ. This might sound very harsh, and like how the movies show us to be psychotic and villainous. Is because I didn't feel anything about it, because for me it was completely clear that I have given this person enough time and room to improve, and repeatedly I have warned this person, but somehow he did not seem to understand. So what might seem like a random incident or coincidence happening to him in his life, yes, it was very much planned and intended for it to happen. And that person was completely destroyed and ruined. Like, drool, like how people get messed up in their own drool and then they feel like they're stinking and they don't know how to come out of it. The only thing is, the whole thing was planned and set up using all the skills which an INTJ can possess. So, it's very difficult for you to mess up an INTJ or to get them angry to this state. It takes a lot. Trust me when I say this, it takes a lot. Okay, but if you do, please pack your bags and run away. Actually, even if you do run away, they'll find you and they'll make sure that you're done. Okay. It only happens when you cross all the limits. They'll give you adequate warning and limitations and understanding of what you're doing at every step. Please make sure that you see at some period of time. Even if you do, they have such amazing thresholds that normally if a person sees, it's like a Buddha, to a point where he becomes a devil. So do not mess with them. And even if you cause personal harm to them, it is still okay. They will still forgive you if it is not in their way of what they're planning and thinking and stuff. Till that extent, they will not bother, because it's just too much energy to spend on something or somebody. So we will keep it till that particular point of time, where there is no other way but to take action. But when an INTJ does, those actions, just think about it, a whole supercomputer of things which a person who can do anything that they want if they set their mind to is going to be started to be used against you. So do not do it. But if you do, honestly, just go apologize. They will not leave you, but at least the wrath will come down. Ponder upon what you have done and say that you have realized, and try to make best with them. It's not that they're going to forget it anyway, but at least they will curtail their actions. You might get a few harsh words, but that destruction mode, which I kept saying this again and again, I'm scared of, will not happen. Okay. So that's all for this. I don't know, this is maybe, I don't know, I'm taking a list of videos. I thought this was something that I should cover and something that I haven't seen in various videos. Do let me know how you feel. You can comment, do subscribe, and let me know what are the things that you're interested to know about an INTJ. As a personal view, I can give you some things.